What's going on, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Joe, and this is Crypto Insight. In today's video, I'm going to be going over one of the 3 rigs that I just built. It's going to be going into my mining shed, and if that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and drop me a comment down below. So without further ado, I'm going to get right into it. This is kind of like a teaser video for what's coming up next week. Now, if you go back and watch the video I published before this one, I showed some parts and I showed my new build. I'm building 3 rigs containing 15 RTX 3090s to go into a shed that I recently had wired with electricity, and we're going to mine out of it for the next few years and just see how this journey goes. I'm really excited to get going on this with all of you, and I hope you guys are excited too. So without further ado, like I said, we're going to jump into this rig, and I want to show you what all 3 of my rigs are going to look like, even though this isn't 100% done. I'm still waiting on 2 parts, so I will get that whenever I get to that, but for right now, I'm going to start at the beginning. So obviously, these are RTX 3090s. They are made by Zotac, and I believe they're the OC Trinity model. I know I've been getting a little bit of feedback online, people saying that they run hot and all of this and that, and I'm definitely getting some mixed results whenever I'm talking with people and finding out online. So what I decided to do is I actually flipped the thermal pads and thermal paste as soon as I got them in all of them, so they're all repadded and re-thermal paste and ready to roll. So I shouldn't have any problems really with heat. We will go over all the temps in future videos. So yeah, I got all 5 of those. I'm going to do 3 rigs with 5 cards on each. So here's the 5. Going down from there, we're going to look at the motherboard. So the motherboard that I went with in this one, I don't know if you can see it all that well here, is an MSI MPG Z390 Gaming Plus motherboard. I was able to find a really good deal on them from somebody. I can't remember. I got a good deal on a lot of these parts from people. I believe the motherboards came from Texas, but I also got a pretty good deal on some power supplies that I went over in another video. So I'm starting to get confused on where all these parts came from. I bought a lot of stuff over the last 2 weeks. So as you can see, I also went, I think it's a 500 gigabyte WD SSD. What else do I got in here? Now, the CPU that I went with, and the CPU, as you can see, it hasn't been dropped into place yet. That's actually one of the 2 parts that I'm currently waiting on. So the only 2 parts that I'm waiting on are the CPUs, which are an Intel Core i5 9600K is the ones that I ordered. Once again, got a pretty decent deal on 3 of them, so I just decided to go with those. Didn't really care if they were the cheapest, just got a decent deal on them. Unfortunately, I didn't really pay attention to the shipping, and that's why I'm in the position that I'm in now, where I'm kind of sitting here with all these cards and they're not mining yet. So I'm really hoping that the CPUs will be delivered on Monday. Not on Monday, I'm sorry. It'll be delivered on Wednesday, so I'm really hoping that come Wednesday evening or early Thursday morning, I'll be able to put out a video showing all of the cards up and running. I'm going to get them moved into the shed, and we're going to go over all the ventilation and stuff in that video as well. So please, if you get a chance, subscribe to the channel and make sure you come back for my future videos. It's going to be interesting. So the only other part that I'm really waiting on is the CPU cooling fan, which will go right on top of the CPU right in here. And once again, didn't really pay attention to the shipping. The guy, I don't think, was in too much of a hurry to ship them, so I am currently still waiting on them. I got my little 4 USB PCI card in here, so you can extend it. Now, before anybody roasts me in the comments about the wires, I know it's a little bit of a mess. I need to do some cable management, but you know, it really doesn't matter to me. I don't really care. I'm not in this to look good. I'm not in this to look great. I'm just in this to put up the biggest hash numbers I can and to try to mine as much Bitcoin as I can in the process. With that being said, if anybody's following the channel recently, or not recently, just at all, you guys know that I'm a little bit of a Bitcoin maximalist. So if anybody's wondering if I mine Ethereum, I do mine Ethereum, but I end up flipping it for Bitcoin just because I believe Bitcoin is the best. So it's just my personal opinion. You guys can tell me which coins or what you're currently mining down in the comments. I always like looking into new projects, and I do like reading about stuff. Doesn't mean I'm going to buy any. Doesn't mean I'm going to push anything like that ever to you guys listening. But I do like to read up on new projects, and you know, that's how you learn things and find out about new things, by talking with people. Power supplies I went with are these 1300 watt EV GA power supplies. Once again, got a great deal. Seem to get a good deal on everything. never hurts to ask. Always keep that in mind. If you guys are ever looking for a huge build like this where you're about to spend a decent amount of money, don't hurt to ask people about, it doesn't hurt to ask people about deals and bulk deals, and hey, if I buy 2 or 3 of these, can I get a little better price? And, you know, sometimes you got to piece it together from multiple sellers to be able to make something happen. With that being said, I think the most important question that I'm going to get and that I've received so far is, dude, how did you get 15 RTX 3090s? And the answer to that is I pieced it together like I just explained from multiple different sources. I don't know if any of you have ever used Newegg Shuffle, but I actually won a few of these on Newegg Shuffle. My wife is a heavy user of Facebook. I'm sure a lot of you are. I am not, but there was a lot of people selling them on Facebook Marketplace, and you got to really be careful whenever you're buying stuff, especially high dollar items like these. I refuse to buy anything that's used. I refuse to buy anything that's open. It has to be completely factory sealed. And actually the one guy that had 4 of these, he was a state over from me. He was in Maryland. He actually drove to Pennsylvania. I live in Pennsylvania. He drove here to meet me, and actually I was able to open and plug all 4 cards in and test them before he left. So I was happy with that deal, and he was happy I showed him cash before I opened them. So everything was all good. I just can't say it enough. If I was ever going to purchase anything else off of Facebook Marketplace like I did, always make sure it is sealed in the box. Do not buy somebody else's headache. Where else? There was some auctions online. I did use eBay. I bought a few of these on eBay and auctions. I feel like I got a little bit of a better deal, actually. One of them I scored at MSRP on eBay, actually. I know some people like to say that you're never going to find them anymore for MSRP on eBay. It does happen if you find them in auctions. And then just because I was like 2 cards or 3 cards short of having enough to fill all of my rig frames, I ended up buying a few of them at kind of inflated scalper prices. But if you're in the long term, if you're thinking long term and you're in this for the long time, then it really does. I don't want to say it doesn't matter what you pay for it, because it affects your bottom dollar and how fast you ROI, but a few extra dollars really isn't going to hurt you as long as you're in this for the long haul and you're in it no matter what. I have goals and I have stuff wrapped up into this, obviously investments, and I know what I have to get back no matter what. And it doesn't even matter at a certain point if profitability falls below what I'm paying for electricity. I will still run these cards to make sure that I get my investment back. I have to. I really don't think there's too much else I can go over this with all of y'all. If I haven't plugged in the power cables or anything like that yet, or the power switch onto the board, just because I don't need it yet until I get everything up and running. But I don't really think there's too much else I can say in this video. I really appreciate all the support and everybody. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, down in the description, please let me know. Or if you just want to say hi. I love talking with you guys. So I will see you all hopefully Wednesday, Thursday-ish. To drop the video where I got all 3 rigs up and running. We're going to get a hash rate on all of my rigs. That means I'll have 6 rigs, and we'll be able to see what's going on. So I will see you all then. As always, stay safe and have a good one. Peace.